Most of my life has been controlled by fear, but it's something I've come to embrace. Fear is my guide, my teacher, and my friend. I've come to realize fear is not something to be eliminated in our lives, nor should we try. Our society has a poorly shaped and unhealthy relationship with fear. We often see fear as the dark dictator, seeking to bind us and keep us in his deepest, darkest dungeon. That evil shadow keeping us from our desires, constantly standing between us and our hopes and dreams. We see fear as something to fight or flee. To fight seems to be a task reserved only for the greatest titans of our time, who stand fearless in the face of troubles. Fear certainly seems to be something not conquered by the average person. But it is this skewed view of fear that causes us to build walls in our mind, meant to protect us from the fear our mind so often creates. We close ourselves off to the point of being trapped in a prison of our own design. We don't stop to realize that fear is a natural mechanism meant to aid in our growth and development. Fear's purpose is to keep us from harm. Fear brings our awareness to the situation. It opens our eyes to the moment. It urges us to pay attention, to focus, to analyze. We see fear as the enemy, but is in fact a friend we should embrace. As movement expert Ido Portal says, you dance with the fear. You've got to hold fear, feel it, just breathe, and be comfortable in its embrace. As I practice this dance with fear, I've come to see it in a new light. As you dance with fear, the prejudice of ego melts away. The ego has clouded your vision, casting a skewed image in hopes of avoiding the uncomfortable realities of change. So often what we fear is merely an illusion of the ego. And by pulling fear into our embrace, we're able to see this fear for what it is, a mere imposter of our own creating. Each dance with fear is a lesson. Fear arises in the places we often need to go most. Fear is the light that guides the way. Fear is not a gentle teacher, and it will demand much of you. You will feel pain. It will be uncomfortable. But fear's methods bring you control and focus. Every dance is a battle against self, a journey within, as you fight to keep your wits against the constant onslaught of hormones being dumped into your system while in fear's embrace. As you dance with fear, you begin to understand yourself in new ways. Fear's the pressure that turns the lump of coal into a diamond. It illuminates the parts of yourself you often never knew existed. It brings your strengths and your weaknesses to light. Each subsequent dance leaves you feeling stronger and more confident. You feel completely alive, and a small part of you may even begin to crave more. Dancing with fear requires all of your conscious effort. As you dance, nothing else exists but that moment. Fear shapes and molds you as your mind and body become more and more accustomed to this and strengthened by the pressure of the stresses you endure while in fear's grasp. You begin to see the best things in life are on the other side of fear. You realize fear is not the evil dictator that has locked you away in this prison. He is the guide standing at the door holding the key. As the cell is open and you welcome fear's embrace, you see no malice in his eyes. You know he will not be easy with you. You will be tested. Your heart races, your skin crawls, and your stomach threatens to escape through your throat. You begin to sweat in fear's cold clutches, and the dance begins. Remember, freedom never comes without a price. The work must be put in. Fear may not always lead you to the places you want to go, but it'll always take you where you need to go most. Get to know fear. Begin the dance, and you may just find a new friend.